Welcome in, and thanks for joining us for the WHHI Daily News, where we strive to bring you more Lowcountry news more often. I'm Bob Stevens. 5 of the sailboats that have been beached for months after Tropical Storm Helene are finally being removed from the Beaufort River. The extraction team that included a barge with a crane, smaller boats, plenty of roping, and a full moon high tide have assisted in the process. The boats will soon be hauled away, 2 of the extractions paid for by us taxpayers. The Department of Natural Resources will dispose of the boats in a landfill. State Senator Chip Campson of Charleston is sponsoring a bill that in the legislature that would streamline the process and allocate funding for the removal of boats in the future. You might remember 3 Beaufort County female employees filing sexual harassment lawsuits against County Auditor Jim Beckert between 2020 and 2022. The county has now announced it has settled those lawsuits. 2 of the women are getting $100,000 each. The third is getting an as yet undisclosed sum. It wipes away the stain on the county, covering nearly a decade, according to County Treasurer Maria Walls, who, along with former Chief Financial Officer Alicia Holland and former Deputy Auditor Amanda Paulson, sued Beckert and the county for creating a toxic work environment. The State House and Senate still have to reconcile differences in a number of bills that both houses have passed their own versions of, one being a version of the state Senate budget that will decide how much state legislators are paid going forward. The Senate version gives legislators a raise in their in-district expenses from the current $1,000 a month to $2,500 a month. That's a huge increase, but it's also the first one since 1995, 30 years ago. Now that budget goes back to the House, where leaders are saying the $3 million cost of the measure likely will not be in their budget, leaving it to a conference committee to negotiate. The argument for the raise is to allow more lower and middle income residents to run for and serve in elective offices. There is agreement between the 2 budgets on a number of teachers' issues, including teacher salaries rising to $48,500 a year and a cut in the highest state income tax rate to 6% from the current 6.2%. Other big differences in the 2 budgets include paying for school resource officers, the House wanting to spend $200 million on new bridges, the Senate only $100 million, but leaders in both houses say they do not see any major issues in working out the compromises, likely sometime in May. And Clemson's Memorial Stadium getting a total regrassing this week after the Savannah Bananas and Party Animals played before their biggest crowd ever Saturday night, a sellout of nearly 82,000. Football coach Dabo Sweeney even led the Bananas down the ramp, just like the football team. The field at Death Valley was reconfigured to accommodate baseball. There was a 60-foot-tall net in left field. It'll be ready for football activities next week. Clemson bore those costs and received the revenue from suite sales, parking, and concessions, while the Bananas pocketed the net ticket sales. It was Clemson's first sellout of a non-athletic event at Memorial Stadium since a George Strait concert back in 1999. For more details on these stories and other Lowcountry news, we invite you to visit the sources listed on your screen.
Hey, it's time for Last Night in the Lowco on WHHI, powered by LowcoSports.com, the fastest 60 seconds in local sports. The USCB softball team faced a daunting task this weekend, needing at least 1 win over 8th-ranked North Georgia to earn a spot in the Peach Belt Conference tournament, but the Sand Sharks went one better, taking 2 of 3 from the Nighthawks to earn a rematch in the first round of the PBC tourney Friday. Former Bluffton Bombcat star Alyssa Rose blasted a go-ahead 3-run homer in Saturday's 7-5 win. 2 Lowco lacrosse teams have advanced to the state semifinals after Hilton Head High's girls scored a 10-9 overtime win over Philip Simmons and earned a trip to top-seeded Bishop England on Monday, while May River's boys stunned the Seahawks 14-8 and traveled to AC Flora on Tuesday. We'll discuss all this local sports news and more on the next Loco Sports Lowdown, streaming on the Lowco Media YouTube channel. For Loco Sports and WHHI, I'm Justin Jarrett. Until next time, go Lowco.
Still much more to come on the WHHI Daily News. We're going to update the RBC Heritage with Tournament Director Steve Wilmot talking about this year and next. But up next, we're going to talk county government as we welcome Tom Reitz to talk about where's our bridge. All that coming up next.